Hi, welcome to Annie, and welcome to Managing Fear. Fear can be destructive. Fear can be self-sabotaging. It can often leave us feeling hopeless, confused, and alone. It can make us anxious to give ourselves a chance, and it can make us back away from new opportunities for the fear of what's to come. We are scared of the unknown. That's one thing we all seem to have in common. And despite this, it can be a really lonely experience, having to live with these anxious and fearful minds. This particular exercise is designed to help us step out of our fearful, overactive minds, to help us understand that when we begin to feel the uneasy waves of fear, we don't have to succumb to them. This exercise will help us to surf those waves. Obviously, this one exercise isn't going to change everything overnight, but what it will hopefully introduce you to is to the idea that we aren't controlled by our thoughts. We can control them. You have more power than you think. You have more power than you think. So, let's start with our eyes open, with a nice, soft focus. Just aware of where you are and the space around you, the general shapes, the general colors in a soft, hazy blur. Maintaining that soft focus, just take a couple of big, deep breaths. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. As you breathe in, let yourself become aware of the sensation of that fresh air filling your lungs. It's so refreshing to take the time to feel this and appreciate it. As you breathe out, let yourself become aware of how the muscles soften and melt as the air leaves your body. It feels so good to feel your body relax further and further at the end of each deep exhalation. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. On the next out breath, just gently closing the eyes and allowing the body to relax and allowing the weight of the body to sink down into the surface below you. And let's just take a second to pause and allow the body and the mind the time that it needs to settle. Don't worry if the mind is still racing around with thought after thought. Just allow those thoughts to come and go. And let's check in with the body, recognizing if the body is feeling perhaps a bit restless or still today, whether there is a feeling of weight or weightlessness in the body today. Now just slowly becoming more aware of the breath, not breathing in any specific way, just allowing the body to adhere to its own natural rhythm. Noticing where in the body you feel the breath, rising and falling. This may be in the chest, or the stomach, or the diaphragm. Lightly focusing on that movement, in particular the movement of the out-breath, the exhalation, following it all the way to the end, each time. So let's stay with this sensation breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. From time to time, the mind will wander off. It's natural, inevitable. So in the moment when you notice this, when you notice a thought has distracted your attention, no matter what it's about, I'd like you to label it as thinking. However, only quite gently, like seeing an old face in the clouds. Oh yeah, thinking. Then let it go and come back to the breath again. This exercise will just help us to create that little bit of space between ourselves and our thoughts. For now, just keeping the soft attention with the breath, not forcing anything, just letting it come naturally. There's no need to label every little thought. Only when you get completely distracted and notice that you've been caught up with a train of thought after thought after thought. Just recognize it and note it. Thinking. And let it go. If a physical sensation happens to distract you, then feel free to label this sensation as feeling. In just the same way. Oh yeah, feeling. Like a familiar face in the water. Just recognize it, note it, feeling, and let it go, and come back to the breath again. In our daily lives, we can be very caught up in our thoughts without even recognizing it. We might be thinking about the future and the fear of its uncertainty, or of the past with a feeling of regret. These feelings are not good for us. They make us feel bad about ourselves, and they make us forget to live in the present moment. This exercise is an opportunity to recognize our overactive minds, to step out of it, and to come back to the breath and the sensations all around you. Now, just take a moment to forget everything I've just said. Allow your mind to do whatever it wants, just for a moment. If it has been wanting to think, let it. It's okay. And now, just gently bringing your attention back to the body, back to the sensations around you. Allow the sounds of your environment to re-enter your mind. Whenever you're ready, just gently opening your eyes again. Now, let's take a moment and notice how you feel. How does the body feel? How does the mind feel? As we said in the beginning, this exercise won't change everything overnight. Instead, it can help us to transform the relationship we have with our fearful thinking. As unpleasant as it can be, fear keeps us grounded. It takes us out of our comfort zone and allows us to make those life-changing decisions. It is a never-ending process that can either damage you or strengthen you. It can open our eyes to the possibilities in the world. It can be a breath of fresh air. It sounds simple, but just taking that time to label each thought as it distracts you from your work, or even when you're taking some time to relax, we begin to see the patterns our mind likes to follow. And sensing those patterns, we can see it coming. We are better prepared to ask questions about our fear. We are better prepared to understand the real reasons for our fear. And most importantly, we are better prepared to just live with our fear, without judgment or reproach. This simple exercise can help us cast away those intrusive, unconstructive, anxious thoughts and can help us to live each second as it comes and goes and enjoy it just a little more. Feel free to listen to this exercise multiple times, as many times as you feel it takes for you to really feel the benefits. You don't always have to listen to me. After a few listens, you will be able to guide yourself. But the choice, as it always is yours. Annie wants you to let it all go and relax. I hope you found this helpful. I look forward to seeing you back here soon.